it going? We're going to take a look at a classic song which was performed by Albert King called Born Under a Bad Sign, which is from the album of the same name. It features Steve Cropper on rhythm guitar, and it was released on the Stax record label. Now, this song is loosely based around a blues in C sharp, and we're in standard E tuning. So let's take a close look at the groove, shall we? So here's how you play the brilliant main groove of the track. So we'll split it into two sections. So here's the first bit. What we're doing is first finger on the low E string on the 2nd fret. And then we move up to the 4th fret on the low E string with our 3rd finger. Then we step up to the A string on the 2nd fret with our 1st finger. Then we go up to the 4th fret with our 3rd finger on the A string still. Then we go up to the 1st finger on the 2nd fret on the D string. Then we come back down to the A string on the 4th fret. So here's the first bit. Here's the second part of the groove. So what you do is you put your first finger on the 2nd fret on the low E string, and the 3rd finger on the 4th fret on the low E string, then your 1st finger on the A string on the 2nd fret, then an open string of the low E, and then we finish on this note here on the A string on the 4th fret, which is the C sharp. So when you put the two parts together, you've got after the main groove section, we've got this sort of chorus section. Now, I'll just run through it so you can hear what it sounds like. So I'll play the groove first. So to play this section, what you've got first of all is a chromatic step up to a G sharp 7th bar chord, and then we go down to an F sharp 7 bar chord, and then we have a fill. So let's look at the bar chords first of all to check that you know how to play them. So we're going to bar here at the 4th fret. This is a bar chord built off the low E string. We're going to place our 2nd finger on the G string on the 5th fret, and our 3rd finger on the A string on the 6th fret. Make sure each string can ring out clearly. That is our G sharp 7th shape bar chord. Take that exact shape, keep the spaces the same, move this finger down to the 2nd fret. And that is our F sharp 7 bar chord. So before we get to the bar chords, we've got this little chromatic step up to the chord. And what that is place your 1st finger on the low E string on the 1st fret, and then go up to the 2nd fret, and then up to the 3rd fret, and then the chord. So you've got then we have a fill, which is, so that's 1st finger, 2nd fret low E string, then 3rd finger on the low E string on the 4th fret, and then open E string, then fret the 2nd fret on the E string with your 1st finger, and then play the A string on the 4th fret with your 3rd finger. So when you put it all together, you've got so 2/3 of the way into the song, there's a slight variation on how those chords are played for the sort of chorus section. Now, the chromatic run at the start stays the same and the fill stays the same, it's just the chord pattern that changes. So I'll just show you how it sounds. So, same bar chord shape all the way through. I'll take you through the pattern with just one finger first, and then you can put the bar chords in afterwards. So here we are, low E string, 4th fret, with the first finger. So then we step up to the 5th fret, then back down to the 4th, to the 3rd, to the 2nd, down to the 1st, then up to the 2nd, 3rd, and then 4th again, up to the 5th, back down to the 4th, the 3rd, and finish on the 2nd. So now I'll run through those same places, but adding the bar chord in, the 7th shaped bar chord. And this is how it sounds slowly. During the verse there's another little riff that the band play, which is this. How you play that is you put your first finger on the low E string on the 2nd fret, then the 3rd finger on the 4th fret on the low E string, then the first finger on the A string on the 2nd fret, and you can play that note twice, and then the 3rd finger on the 4th fret on the A string. So if you put it together you end up with. And you'll hear that riff played 4 times through, and then you return to the main groove. Now, Albert King is using the C sharp minor pentatonic scale to solo over this track, so I'm going to show you where that is on the guitar neck, so as then you can jam along with the recording and experiment with trying out your own lead licks. So you put your first finger just here on the 9th fret. This is what that's where we're going to start. That's the root note. Here's what the scale looks like. So you go in 9th fret, first finger on the low E string. That's the note of C sharp. And then we use our 3rd finger and go to the 12th fret on the low E string. Then put our first finger on the A string on the 9th fret. Then put our 3rd finger on the A string on the 11th fret. Then the first finger on the D string on the 9th fret. 3rd finger on the 11th fret on the D string. First finger on the G string on the 9th fret, and the 3rd finger on the 11th fret on the G string. First finger on the B string on the 9th fret, and then your 3rd finger on the B string on the 12th, and the first finger on the high E string on the 9th fret, and then the 3rd finger on the 12th fret on the high E string. And then you want these extra notes here. So put your 2nd finger on the 13th fret on the G string. That note there. And then we want 14th fret here on the B string with your 3rd finger. And the high E string on the 14th fret. So what you've got is, and then these extra notes here. So here's an Albert King lick that you'll hear during the track. if you bend this note on the 12th fret on the B string, add some vibrato to the end. Then we go up to the 14th fret on the B string. And then we go to the G string on the 13th fret. And then the G string on the 11th fret. Then down to the G string on the 9th fret. So what you've got is... Then we fret the D string on the 11th fret. Then we go back to the G string on the 9th fret and bend that note. And then we finish on these two notes. We go D string 11th fret, and then we end on the A string 11th fret. Here's another lick that you hear during the song. So what King's doing is he's bending this high E string on the 12th fret, then playing the high E string on the 9th fret with some vibrato, and then playing the note again but really quickly sliding off the neck. During the song as well, you'll hear Albert King using notes from the high E string on the 14th fret and the B string on the 14th fret and the high E string on the 12th fret, and using these notes to bend and making up small little phrases with just those notes. So